Hey guys, Akil here. Welcome back to another episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. I hope all is going well for you. We're getting close to the Christmas holiday. We're getting close to the end of the year, and I hope the festivities are planned, and I hope everything is going well. More importantly, I hope you're starting to get prepared on how you want to attack next year and make that the best trading year ever. Or if you're someone that's struggling, just make it a different type of trading year. Embark on a different path. Try something new. Speaking of trying something new, in today's episode, I want to share with you one of our accountability sessions, which are interviews with our traders on the platform from one who tried something and then realized he needed to try something new. What he tried before was to learn trading through YouTube, and very shortly he learned about the cycle of doom, which typically follows when you click on videos, and really spend a lot of time taking in information, but not really getting anything out of it. So in this session, he explains how he got into that, why he got into trading, kind of the lessons that he's learned through trading on YouTube, and then the difference that he's experienced with our platform in comparison to kind of just an unorganized way of learning. So check it out. I think it's a great interview for any new trader. You guys have been saying that you love these videos, or you love these interviews, I should say, because it's a little bit different than most trading interviews out there. Most podcasts that interview traders, they're talking to people that are already successful, that are already great, have already done it. And that's a good thing, right? You want to, one of the best ways to learn is to find someone that has done it and really mimic what they are doing, learn from them. But I also think it's important to kind of learn from those in the trenches, right? Those who are currently going through the same situations that you are. Not only is it insightful because you can relate to them a little bit more, but it gives you a little bit of confidence. I know trading is a very lonely space, and often when we're losing, we feel like we are the only one, right? Because of course, everyone on the internet talks about how good they are, and no one wants to kind of talk about the reality of hard days and whatnot. So it is somewhat refreshing to know that others are in the same boat as you. It kind of helps the confidence, and that's what we want to get out of these sessions. Not only just to help build the confidence of the traders that are presenting and make them more kind of vulnerable in a positive way, meaning they're vulnerable, they're sharing that vulnerability, and they're accepting of feedback. But it also gives a chance for our community members to see that, hey, this person's in the same boat as me. Either we can kind of link up and help each other out, or I can lend some advice for what this trader is about to go through. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah.
All right, Sherman members, Charles here, doing the accountability session right now with Daniel. This is his first accountability session with us, so I'd like to wish him a warm welcome today. And Daniel, if you could just kind of tell the group a little bit about yourself, kind of who you are, kind of the normal life kind of stuff.
The normal life is work.
That's right. What do you do?
I'm a HGV driver. I'm 28 years old.
Okay.
I do very, very long hours.
Mm-hmm.
I try and get a maximum of 2 hours a night, and then I get my 2 days off, and then I do about 8 to 10 hours on the tier 1 trading on my days off, and 2 hours a night.
Okay.
When I'm working.
Very good. Yeah. No,
so I average about, I'd say about 20 to 28 hours a week on the platform.
That's great, man. I think that's real good. How did you kind of get into? I mean, I think I might know, but how did you kind of get into trading, and why? Why did you want to do trading?
Ever since I was younger, I had something to do with, I just love money.
The whole process just kind of fascinated you? Yeah. That's cool.
And when I was younger, we didn't have a lot of money. My mum was young when she had me.
Okay.
And I had like a TV, and I had to do work, not work as such, but do things around the house to get £1 to put it in the back of the TV.
Right.
And I just started trying to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got involved in the markets when just through YouTube, really.
Okay. About how long ago was that?
I'd say about a year ago.
Okay, very good. How was it? How did you find the material that you did find there? I guess kind of your overall process of trying to learn on YouTube. How did that go?
Not very well.
And why's that?
Um, well, I thought I knew it all, as everybody does.
Yep.
And then I put £500 down,
Uh-huh.
and then boom, lost it in, I think, a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No,
And
I've been there.
that's it wasn't that much, but I was happy to lose that money. That's why I put it in. That's how I was like thinking of it. I was happy to lose the money. If I could make more, then I would have made more and took the 500 out, but it didn't go that way.
Right. So you were so you were saying you were trading money that you could afford to lose is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I wasn't doing it silly.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, it's a good, at least that's a good mindset to have. Obviously, if the money we put in, we can't be guaranteed that it's going to come back to us when we put it at risk. So, definitely good to have that mindset. Even better when we've got, a plan behind us that we can use.
Yeah, which I thought I had.
Right. How difficult did you find trying to, I guess, maybe create your own plan or your own process?
Very difficult. And then I started doing the cycle, the cycle of doom, as you guys call it. And then I came across Jason on YouTube, and I found his, I think it's the fib retracement with the extensions video on YouTube.
Okay.
And I don't know why, I just did it off my own back. I didn't even know about back testing or anything.
Right.
And I started back testing it on my own back, and then I thought, it's actually working.
Cool.
So that's
that's a huge moment, just to take something and actually just go back and draw the fibs on and do it a certain way, and then see that hey, this can work if I have the right information and I put it to use, and then go back and see, hey, did this work? Did that build some belief for you? And
yeah, it did. And then that's when I joined you guys.
Awesome. Very good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. So you've been with us, so pretty new, right? Just maybe a few
I think about 6-7 weeks, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so not too new, but you've been around a bit. How would you describe the difference between, I guess you said you were trying to learn on YouTube versus being inside the Tier 1 platform?
Well, I know the basics now. The foundation. I've got a foundation now. So I didn't have that.
That's good. Where are you at in the course material?
Well, I've gone through the foundation 3 times.
Good.
1.0, and I've just started the 2.0 now.
Cool.
I don't want to rush through it.
Nope. You and Clive, you know how it works.
Yeah, because
you just want to get it in solidified in your brain. You don't want to move on until you.
I've already made the mistake when I wasn't with you guys, so I don't want to make that mistake again.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I know that does happen. Even it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes even when traders do come into a paid service like ours, or a course or something, and they kind of just they might skip around because we don't have anything. It's not locked down, as you guys know. You can kind of go. You just have to go through each module in a course, but you can go to a different course. And some traders might skip to I don't know, day trading or how to, or just the strategies, and then they don't understand why this is like this or why this is like that or how does this work, and they've skipped everything else. And I think that's a huge point for anybody. What Clive said too is, and then what you're saying is to just go through it and make sure that you understand it before you move on. I think that's a huge point and very important for anybody.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what's your kind of current path? I know you said you should start a foundation 2.0. What are kind of your current goals with the learning process and where you're at? What do you, I guess maybe by the next time you come on, what are you hoping to achieve or have done?
I think I want to be back testing just one strategy. I don't know which one yet.
Okay.
I tend to be like in the double tops and double bottoms.
Very good. That's good. It's a good pattern. Well, why do you like that one? If you can answer, maybe you don't know yet, but
yeah, I do. It's just I think I get a bit excited by it. Not like if I'm trending against the markets, like counter trending. I don't know. I kind of like it.
Okay.
Like if you're right, but if you're wrong, then you're wrong. But
Yeah, of course.
I just like it. I like it.
Okay, that's interesting. That's the reason I asked that question because, like me personally, I have that mentality in my own self, which is,
I think it's a bit of competition.
yeah, kind of like, oh, you want to go up? I don't think so. Like you just want to kind of jump in there and be on the reversal side of it. I think that's a very, obviously it's counter trend, right? So it's a very counter thing to do, and personality wise as well. Like we've talked about and many times, and you guys have heard is, what's the personality of you and or someone else, right? We have to kind of tailor. You have to tailor your strategies or what it is you want to trade towards yourself. Because if you're like you, like and me, like we would like to step in front of a trend where someone else, they'd get queasy and they wouldn't want to do it and they wouldn't follow the rules. They break the rules because it's not kind of really fitting them. That's the reason I asked, because I wanted to highlight that for everybody, is that that's a really important piece, and you've noticed it in yourself, which is awesome. And I think that for others, it's important that they notice that to, who am I as a trader? Would I like to do that? Would I not like to do that? Would I rather do trend continuation trading? What is it? And I think that's a huge thing to get right up front. So when you get to that strategy or choosing one, you kind of choose in the right direction.
Yeah, I know you don't make as many pips as other people, but it's just I don't know. I just like it very.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you like what you like. You can't stop it. So that's good. Happy to hear that. And you can also, with counter trend, you can usually get better, a little bit better risk versus reward. So the rewards usually a little bit might be smaller, but you can kind of get usually lower risk, because you kind of have, if you're using double tops and bottoms at resistance or support levels, you really have a defined area to place stops, and it's usually smaller.
The ATR.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So you want to be back testing a strategy, hopefully by next time, probably double tops and bottoms. I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to seeing how that works out. And, I would say, like we usually say, is about 6 to 10 weeks or so, kind of when you to come back on and do a follow-up session to kind of see where you're at. Again, this is about accountability, just to make sure that you're doing the things that you said you were going to do, and just, keep you motivated, and just seeing where you're at, and helping you progress. Would you have any advice for anybody who's maybe new?
If anybody's working long hours at work, like over 12 hours, it's like when you get home, it's at the start when I paid for the course, I really struggled with motivating me, trying to, after work, have my tea, because I've dropped my sleep hours to 6 hours now. So I have 6 hours sleep.
Right.
And then I do 12 hours, an hour each way traveling to work.
Oh yeah. Well.
So I've got it all added out anyway, but I'm just letting people know, stick to it and just work around it as best as you can, if you really want it.
Yep. No, that's right. I think that's important too, is, you can't force things. You have the life you have, and if you, like you said, if you really want it, you really want to make a change, you're going to have to do whatever it takes, and so to speak, and it might be harder than you want it to be, but everyone has their own place in life where they're getting started with this, and I think that's important. What you said is to just stick to it, keep going, don't stop, do what you can and around your schedule, and just don't stop.
Yeah, because it's so much easier going back to your normal life than stepping out.
Change is hard, man. Right?
Well, I'm there nearly now. I'm there.
Very good.
I'm getting it.
That's good. That's great to hear, man. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I definitely want you to try and come back on, 6 to 10 weeks, and see where you're at, and see if we can follow up on the strategies that you on double tops and bottoms possibly that you wanted to be testing. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the group, or anything that I could help with? Maybe answer a question or two?
No, that's everyone answers, especially Gabrielle. I think I annoy you.
Well, I think she's earned her keep for that. She wasn't, I don't want to say annoying, but she had lots of questions when she was learning. I know when I was helping coach her as well, somewhat longer ago, but I know that she's happy to. she's commenting there in the chat. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't start. Don't start. Yeah. No, that's good. Speak to that. How have you found the community here to help you stay, like you said, motivated during those during the time where you could just slip back and do what you used to be doing?
Yeah, I had a little bit of a thing because I kept going through the Foundation 1.0, and with like the double tops, the first leg up, and then the retracement, and then it goes up again, and then it creates a double top. Your fib extension on the first leg up. I was doing things ahead of time. I was doing that out of, because I learned from the fib
Oh, right, sure.
retracements off Jason. So
Yes.
I was doing that before I should have been doing, really. And then Gabrielle said, I think it's time for you to go on the 2.0 course
Yeah, for sure.
to move along.
Yeah, move along, absolutely, and that's really true because most traders who come into, I mean, it's rare, but usually everyone has been around the block a bit with their knowledge online because everything, there's a lot of free stuff out there, and there's a lot of good things as well. But once you kind of get doing that, and you've got all these different things that how to do, maybe just techniques of things or how to use different tools or something you saw somewhere, maybe it's even a strategy or something. You have all these things that you've got, and then you come in and have committed to a process of learning or a class, so to speak, right? Coming into tier 1 and having all the material laid out in a specific order. We kind of talked about that, like, jumping around. People like to do that sometimes, and they end up having to go back anyway and start over.
Yeah.
But also the stuff that you come in with, it's hard not to, like you said, kind of want to jump into maybe, oh, I remember this thing that I learned, and kind of pull that into what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then getting confused about the very thing that you were just working on because you do have some other knowledge that's available in your brain, right? So and what you said, that's really hard to kind of push aside and say, okay, yes, I do know this, but let me just continue on with the path that I committed to rather than get distracted. And it's good that the community is able to help you guys kind of stay on track.
What I did do is I stayed away from the markets for 1 month, and then so I tried to control alt delete everything what I learned,
right,
and then come onto the platform.
And did you find that helped?
It did help, yeah. It did help.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point to bring up and tell people, just to kind of reset, and especially stay out of the markets. I think that's a big one, especially if it's a problem.
I wasn't trading by that time. I was on a demo account and just messing around, really, and just not getting anywhere.
Right.
And yeah.
No, I think that's good because if you kind of stay in the charts, even it depends on the person, right? Everybody's different, like we said. But if you get into the charts and then you're messing with that, you're maybe trying to do more than you're ready for while you're trying to learn. Or if people are trading, we definitely usually say, just don't trade. Just don't trade real money for sure, and just set it aside and focus on the learning. That's why you came in, right? That's why you started it, because the trading part's not working. So we don't need to keep doing that. We need to switch over to the learning and knowledge and process of improving ourselves and our skills.
I've not even clicked on the other courses yet.
Good, man. That's great to hear.
I'm just Foundation 1 and Foundation 2. That's all I've clicked on.
Very good. Well, stay focused, Daniel. Appreciate you coming on. I guess we'll wrap it up. So yeah, go ahead and if you can come back in like 6 to 10 weeks or so, and we'll see where you're at with things. Hopefully, you've progressed on a bit to back testing at least maybe double tops and bottoms, or maybe some other strategy that you find to be fitting in with your personality. And appreciate you coming on and sharing with the group. I'm sure everyone is thankful as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And sorry if I was a bit nervous today, but
no, it's the first time. I think you did great. I remember my first time speaking in front of people in this way. It was worse, trust me. All right, Daniel, we appreciate you coming on, and we'll catch you later on the next one.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.